Hello and welcome to the Kundalini podcast. That was Zen. This is Tao. I'm Vivek Kovek. Namaste. This is episode 89. What a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day in summer here in Malibu. And just got done taking some pictures. And I thought I'd make a video. This is a video about certain things I've observed over the last couple of days, not even a couple of days, last few weeks, since I do my calculations based on the summer solstice and the vernal equinox, etc. We recently had the summer solstice, June 21st. And it's really sad. I mean, it should be a happy moment going into summer, but here in California, we are facing a drought. We're depleting water supplies, and climate change is a big issue. Something we have to deal with. Temperatures going up, glaciers melting. This is the worst time, and it's really sad watching all of this. Just had to say that. So we live at the cusp of a very difficult time, but also we have the technological tools to handle these issues using science, common sense, putting our worst instincts behind us from the past centuries. And even as recently as the 20th century, that's when all this change happened. We're still paying for the excesses of that era, plastic, or no thought given to cradle to grave disposing of and utilization of the commodities that we create and consume is the best way I can put it. If we get our act together, what a wonderful era to be alive in. But we have to focus our energies towards these things and correct them. As a person with a spiritual awakening, it's my duty to kind of point these things out. So that's the other thing that happens, is you start becoming a creature who offers service to the world. And so I'd like to talk a little bit about that. In my life of being a pure consumer and buying the latest devices and objects and being a part of that mentality, when it comes to the point where your income doesn't just support you, it supports these very expensive habits, and you feel that you cannot live without them, then something is wrong. There's an imbalance. And I experienced that firsthand in the first few years of my life when I first started making some money. And of course, the awakening teaches you that it's not enough just to stop consuming. It is imperative to become a part of the solution. And unless you're part of the solution, you cannot really talk about anything else besides how certain problems that we face can be resolved by our own efforts. Of course, conserving stuff, saving what we have, putting it to the best use. I mean, I talk about Apple phones and the craftsmanship and how amazing they are as tools and equipment to use for creative purposes. But the packaging they come in, like the boxes, are so well made, are so durable, and so perfect for the purpose of storing those products. We fetishize these products. You see YouTube videos of people unboxing and keeping these boxes, and them become amazing items that are works of art, including the packaging. And how amazing is that? It started me thinking about this conservation of everything that we use. Buying fewer items, using them well, you end up buying something with good quality. If you buy a shoe, like I did recently, I bought good heavy boots that work with the kind of hectic use that I put them through when I'm taking pictures, when I'm out on a photo shoot. I need the best equipment. I bought a tripod. I bought a couple of things. When you invest in yourself and buy the best tools, it shows a respect for what you do on a day-to-day basis. That's very essential. So, the environment that you live in, everybody else, including yourself, is part of an ecosystem where you live. Charity begins at home, like they say. What is charity? Charity is not just giving. It is the thought behind it. blindly giving because of religious obligations or because now you get some publicity out of it, yes, those are still good because better than not giving. But at the same time, if you give consciously because you see a need based on your compassion and your sensitivity as a human being, then the definition of charity changes. It can be service, it can be giving your ideas, it can be giving money, and it can be giving a whole lot of other things that bring something into other people's lives, the community that you live in, the ecosystem that you thrive in. It's your imperative to be a giving person and to donate of yourself as much as you can. So let me emphasize this in this video. It got left unsaid that a lot of my activities revolve around doing good for the world, doing good for the community. And that starts with, picking up trash when you see it. Not being a pest in the environment that you live in. Being polite to other people takes nothing, costs nothing to you, but brings joy to other people. Being caring, thinking of other people before yourself. And bringing that more and more into your life when it comes to dissolving the ego. The ego cannot be removed completely, but you can dissolve patterns through newer patterns of behavior, where you push yourself sometimes to do these things. But if you have made a categorical, Boy Scouts do a good deed every day. I used to be in the Boy Scouts. I did learn a lot of good habits from there, but I'm not saying become a Boy Scout. You can be your own self, but that's a good habit. I did something today that overcame my shyness, overcame my reluctance to go and speak with people, and it was for doing good towards the community. I came together with a bunch of people and did some good, did some community service. That feeling is extremely important, because what are you doing? If you're following all these methods that I'm talking about, positive affirmations, meditation, emptying your mind, obviously a lot of pent up positive energy is waiting to come out. And now you have to put it in action for something. Understand? Ultimately, it's about living your life to the best, right? These are all solutions for whatever is going on in your life. Family issues, personal struggles, career issues. You want to overcome something. Okay, mantras, positive affirmations, not dwelling on the negative. You have added all of that, made a discipline out of it. How do I make this work for myself? I've given some clues with my routine, with photography and other stuff that I do. But it's up to each of us to find these obstacles that we have within, to make it all one. Finding the obstacles within me, overcoming my obstacles and weaknesses through my efforts, putting positivity, mindfulness, meditation, all these tools I have now gained and honed to perfection through my own efforts and discipline. I've kept myself physically fit. Now what do I do with all of this? This self-discovery, finding my true self, concentrating on myself, focusing on simplifying things, not complicating them. And after all of this, where do I channel all of the output after I've processed all the bad stuff, put the effort in, and now I have this clear thinking, a prism that is cleansed, and all this positive energy that can work towards creativity. Remember to put it into a good foundation, and that foundation begins not just with yourself, but the community that surrounds you and what you can do for it. Inherent to your nature will be something that you feel that you can change through your own efforts. It could be planting a couple of trees, it could be giving a couple of books to a library, feeding some poor people, or many other things that you can do on a day-to-day basis in your daily life. Now, naturally, just as the cascade of positive thoughts for your own gain and positivity will lead to great results in your personal life, making sure that there is a foundation of people around you that you have helped and felt satisfaction for having done that as a community activity, as having shared of your own self, of your own talents, gifts, abilities, and in the process have overcome some barriers, obstacles, and weaknesses that have kept you behind. All of it works as a combined strategy, a combined tool for you to deploy. Remember, when I talk about putting in any habit, when I say do a certain thing, or I should do this, or in this situation this would be a good thing to put your energy to. I'm talking about putting in a habit that you pick up by doing over and over again, through all obstacles, through all hindrances, and your own mental processes that you're trying to change by putting in new habits. All of it is part and parcel of the same exact process. So why not make it even better by putting new habits of now things that you would not have done in the past, of sharing, of giving, and expanding the idea of what charity means, of giving of yourself means. Naturally, there will be a cascade from that because of your intention, because the focus you bring, the attention you bring, and the events you set in motion for your own life, for others, pay dividends by becoming ripples in a pond. You're creating new ripples. First, you have to still the mind from the ripples that are being created by all of these impressions that you pick up in the outside world. That's why we are putting in positive affirmations, mantras, etc., etc. And now with this newfound energy of your own true self, all your abilities unlocked, freedom regained, mental barriers and blockages gone down, how do you keep building up on this like a baton being passed in a relay race from the previous things that you have done? Oh, and time has come to change and adapt to something new. How do I take all of this freedom that I've gained by harnessing my own free will through my own discipline to gain some things that now I can channel my energy towards something good? Make sure that at least one part of it involves public service and thoughts about an intention focused towards doing something that is for the greater good, that will outlive you, but starts with something as simple as a small token gift given to somebody, a book, a meal, helping out with ideas in a community forum to make things better, and gaining the satisfaction of having done it as a collaborative effort with other people. All of this adds up, and unless this is used to balance all of this newfound freedom, newfound gains in your mental processes, in your psyche, your emotional balances now regained, all your ducks in a row basically. Once you gain that state through your own efforts, unless you channel some of it towards a pure giving to the community, the process doesn't balance itself. As I have said, ultimately you have to surrender to the higher power. Well, the higher power thinks of you as one individual, a specially gifted individual. Now you have put tools in your arsenal to deal with life, cope with things, seen what you can gain out of this. And yes, you have gained some things out of a practice of meditation and a practice of mindfulness. However, the creative abilities that are unlocked, the gains that you make, and the insights that you have now are incomplete unless you pass them on to somebody else. So even the stuff that you're learning and the gains that you get. Of course, leave feedback and comments for me. Hit a like if you like this video. And let me know what you gained from some of these techniques put in practice. So the stage that I'm at, what I feel necessary to inform people is a large satisfaction that I gain at the soul level, a deep fulfillment in my heart, is by giving of myself in the best way possible, and sometimes seeing the results of a certain suggestion given or ideas transmitted to other people for better causes, a greater good thought about. So that's what I would like to say in this video. And so I wanted to make this one about giving and some deeper issues that face all of us as humanity, as a group, as a collection. And we have to work together on some issue. So using your individual ascension, your individual progress on the path of spirituality for this purpose is highly satisfying. I would like to report. This is Vivek Govekar signing out. Peace, love, blessings. Be well.